Apply these psychological strategies to always have priority. In this video, I'll show you 5 Stoic rules to always have priority from others, according to Robert Greene. After these tips, you'll never feel like a second option again. So, sit back and watch till the end. Humans always want something new to talk about. It's even more exciting when there's a subject to analyze. But think about this. The best entertainment are the unpredictable ones. For instance, you're watching a movie with top-notch suspense. Because you can't predict what will happen next, you're at the edge of your seat, wanting to know more. This is how Robert Greene wants everyone to live. Your life should be a suspense movie where the next scene is unpredictable. He says that if you're an open book, people can easily tell your next move. By default, this gives you less priority in their eyes. So how do you keep people guessing your next move? The first step is to speak less. Of course, this sounds counterintuitive, but here's the thing. When you talk too much, you sound foolish. Who would prioritize a foolish person? In fact, you start to over-explain your mistakes. By doing this, you draw unnecessary attention to yourself, people who would naturally tune you out. Another secret to being mysterious is staying absent from time to time. Take advantage of the law of scarcity that says that the less of something there is, the more coveted it becomes. In Chapter 16 of 48 Laws of Power, Greene says you should not be available every time to everyone. Doing so makes them lose your respect. Keep your presence only at specific times and events. And lastly, be unpredictable. Of course, this is the whole idea of being mysterious. Prevent people from understanding you by shifting your behavior, accommodating new perspectives, and exceeding expectations. That way, people will not read your intentions and manipulate you. Greene says you should speak more about your secondary goals to distract people from your true goals. Keep shut and let the results shock them. Did you know you can maintain mystery and not capture people's attention? It's indeed a paradox. While this helps, there are many ways to put yourself out there. One such way is to be open to people investing in you. And no, it's not about money. The Stoics believe that the only true relationship we have is with ourselves. How so? Well, they say this relationship is the blueprint on which all other relationships are based. To be a priority for others, make yourself a priority first. Greene explains this using the Pygmalion effect. It states that if teachers believe in their students' abilities and treat them as capable, those students tend to perform well. Your self-perception influences your life outcomes. If you go through life making negative statements like, "I'm not good enough," "There's something wrong with me," or "I don't deserve to have a lot of success," that's exactly how outsiders will see you. Robert describes your interaction with people as though you're enrolling them. You're either enrolling them in your visions or discouraging them. Every interaction with people paints you in a positive or negative light. Getting others to prioritize you would be impossible if you didn't prioritize yourself. Speaking of prioritizing yourself, when's the last time you prioritized your needs over everything else? This may come off as selfish, but you have to consider what would happen if you did. The result is life-changing. Let's talk about self-care for a bit. We often think it's about face masks and bubble baths. While these things are wonderful, there's much more. Self-care requires taking care of your emotional, mental, and physical health. It's saying no when you need to and making time for things that make you happy. It's being kind to yourself at all times. But here's the trick. Life isn't always going to be fair. People won't always want to treat you right. But what would Robert Greene do? By surrounding yourself with people who prioritize you, you increase your chances of being seen as a priority. So you know you cannot control people's feelings towards you. You can only control how you feel about yourself. Earlier in this video, we established that people judge you based on how you present yourself. Learning to behave, dress, and speak well helps you leave a good impression on others. For instance, what's the appropriate dress for an orchestral audition? A suit does the magic. Who would feel good in that suit? You. You'll feel confident and fulfilled. You don't even need compliments from outsiders to feel good. Seneca concludes with this wise saying, "The way to gain a good reputation is to endeavor to be what you desire to appear." Are you what you desire to appear? Prioritizing your needs also means not making people the center of your life. However, people are a fundamental part of our lives. The Stoics have found the answer to what seems to be an unsolvable problem. Some of the great Stoic philosophers like Epictetus, Seneca, Zeno, and Marcus Aurelius center their teachings around 4 values: temperance, courage, wisdom, and justice. They say that every moment of one's life call for these virtues. Modern Stoic philosopher Ryan Holiday helps us understand this better.
So the idea of these 4 virtues is it's that life hinges on courage and temperance and justice and wisdom.
He preaches that Stoicism wants its followers to turn books, teachings, and lectures into action. Stoicism is about taking action and creating change. If Stoicism is about taking action, what is the place of friends? Robert Greene explains it in Law 2 of 48 Laws of Power. He says while friends are important, they will likely betray you in haste. Why so? They are prone to envy. Think of it. They do not prioritize you because they envy you so much and do not want to see you win. But when he says that when you bring a former enemy into your life, they'll prove trustworthy. Also, you have more fear from friends than your enemies. Often you think you know your friends better, but no, they sometimes hide their true feelings. Another trick to get them to prioritize you is creating a need you can fulfill. You see, Greene says that this is an important element of seduction. The target must think that you have something they need. You can create this by pointing out what's missing in their life and assuring them that you have what it takes to get them there. That way, they'll run to you for help, assuming you are true to your word. The most important Stoic rule emphasizes something that you will have the hardest time following through with. Yes, you deserve to be a priority, but what if you never receive the recognition you deserve? In the 8th century BC, Dioceses wanted to be the ruler of Medea. However, his countrymen resisted his ambition. But then, this man did not give up. Instead, he built a reputation as someone who could settle disputes. As his skills spread around town, people flocked around him to settle life issues. Suddenly, Dioceses disappeared from public life. As time passed, people clamored for him to return and even begged him to become king. Even as a king, he isolated himself from his people and communicated on rare occasions. Stoic philosophers realized that the greatest power lies not in helping others, but in having wisdom and self-control to walk away. We are not often responsible for being mistreated, but we are responsible for prolonging our suffering. The real power of a Stoic is in breaking free from these situations. Walking away demonstrates true strength of character. It shows how much you do not need validation from others. Robert Greene simplifies this thought in one sentence. The key in life is to always be willing to walk away. At some point in life, everyone outstays their welcome, and respect declines. Knowing when to retire is key. If you do it at the right time, you'll be respected. Remember Greta Garbo? She retired from acting in her mid-30s. She figured it was better to bow out before fans got tired of her. Are you willing to walk away? Remember that walking away doesn't mean giving up. Stoics like Matthew Hussey have used rejection to their advantage. Nobody enjoys rejection, but there is a Stoic secret that truly turns the situation into your favor. You can learn these secrets too by clicking on this video.